About a year ago, my buddy Tom from Tom's Tool Room sent me this set of squares that he designed and made for me to use in my wood shop. And that was just an incredibly awesome gift. When I got the squares, I called Tom and told him I was going to design and build him a box for the squares to sit in, because I knew he had a set just like them. And Tom sent me a chunk of walnut out of his wood pile that he said would be better as a fine woodworking project than it would be as heat. Step in this process here is to mill down the detail lines in the sides of the box. This just allows the shadow line from the top of the box to the sides to be a little more pronounced. And here's the entire profile, including the box bottom groove that I put in. We're now turning our attention to the box lid, and I'm milling some rosewood to width to be a detail line on that lid. Right now I'm setting up a stop on my fence for doing the cross cuts. So first I'll cross cut all the walnut to length, and then I'll turn around and cross cut all of the rosewood to the exact same length so that I can make up some blanks for the perimeter pieces. These are the 4 perimeter pieces, and I'll glue them all up at the same time, but separately so that they're not all glued together. It just kind of helps once in a while to do things in batches like this. Now that we've addressed the lid, we're going to cut all of the sides to length. more tricky parts of the build, and it's the detail that I wanted on the corners was an intersecting stripe of rosewood. And in order to get this, you have to cut a perfect square out of the corner to get the rosewood to sit in line with both sides of the lid trim. I did clear that away with a chisel later. And now for something completely different. This is Crosslink PE, I think in the 2-pound formula. It machines extremely well on woodworking tools and my CNC, and it'll be the padding that I use to hold the squares in place in the toolbox. Crosslink PE holds detail very well. I'm able to put chamfers on the pockets of all the machining that I did in the foam, and then I'm also able to put logos in there as well. The last part of the box construction that I need to do is attach the lid to the bottom of the box with a set of hinges. And you can set up to do this with a power tool, like a router with guides, or you can use a dado stack and just a thin cut to do it. But I've always preferred to do hinge work with a set of sharp chisels. It seems like when I do it this way, everything just fits a little better. The last step for this box is finishing with some boiled linseed oil. I always prefer an oil finish on a nice figured wood like this maple, and it really brings out the richness in the walnut and the rosewood as well. Tom to make me another set so that I could have them orange anodized like all of the guitar tools that I make. And after seeing these, we decided that some other woodworkers out there and other metal workers may want a set of these, and we've decided to make them. My thought is everybody who's ordering these squares is probably a bit of a woodworker, and so I'm giving a set of plans so you'll have a project to do if you buy a set of squares. And you can make the box however you want. I'll include the plans for this box that I made. I made the box based on the dimension of maple that I had, and it wound up just a little bit short. So I'm gonna make the plans for this a little bit larger, and then you can adjust the size of box you wanna make. And these are all oversized, so you can cut them down to fit. I have 6 sets available right now. And I want to warn everybody, these sets have minor finish blemishes. So if you look at the logo, you can see that it was sandblasted, and you just get a little bit of a haze around it. There's nothing wrong in terms of the measurement, the squareness, or any of that. But we actually developed these and used 2 different anodizers and so on. So I hate to sell the first 6 sets because they were a little bit of a finish experiment at full price. So we're doing 10% off on the 6 sets that we have. If you'd rather get ones that are perfect in terms of finish and everything else, we will be making those sets. It'll be about 6 to 8 weeks till we get those, and those will be full price. But the first 6 sets, the first 6 people who want these minor blemish pieces, I mean, you can see like this one here, just a little blemish around the logo and some haze around the lettering. They work perfectly, but the first 6 people who want them can have them. If you do order the full set, you get the foam. I've cut all these on my CNC, and they're oversized, so you can make your box whatever size you want and then cut this down to fit in the box. I'm sure everybody's wondering what these cost, and they start, it's $30 for the 2-inch, $40 for the 4-inch, and $50 for the 6-inch. And if you buy all 3, we give you a $10 discount, and we throw in the foam for the box. Right now we have 6 sets that have the finish blems, and they'll be on sale for $100 till those 6 sets are gone. I have a couple extra 2-inch, and I have, I think, 5 extra 6-inch. So if you just want to buy singles, I do have 2s and 6s right now. I'll also have an order on my website, which by the way is www.gregsgaragekc.com. And you just go to the store, and all of these are in the store. But I will have a link in there so you can order these individually. If I don't have any of the individuals left, we will be making them coming up. It'll take 6 to 8 weeks to make all of them. And yeah, thank you a ton for your support. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I hope everybody's going to have a good Christmas or whatever holiday they celebrate coming up. So thank you.
Feel free to click or tap on the images to check out some of my past builds. If you like my videos, click on the Greg's Garage logo and all my future videos will show up in your YouTube feed.